that slowly but surely has assumed the leader's role for this squad.
Look at that. Willie Miller once again scoring at will. He has 22 points, giving this crowd at the Big Dome a Halloween thriller. Buenafe now, he makes his move. He tries his hand for a three-hand at the dagger.
That might be the clincher there. That gives them a 5-point lead.
He has 28 points in the game.
In tonight's PBA Friday, an up-and-coming team led by Ronjay Buenafe against the Kings on the rise, led by Willie Miller. It's Ginebra versus Air21. Live from the Big Dome, Miko Alili kasama El Decano, Senyor Quinito Henson. And Quinito just wants to make sure we're covering a basketball game. Ayan, kailangan ipakita natin na it's a basketball tie for a basketball game.
And the players can walk all over me because I'm wearing shorts.
Wag naman. Hindi tayo papayag. Hindi ako papayag.
Ganun, no?
Oh,
I know you're always my biggest fan.
Yes, of course. And I'm also the biggest fan of the Dean's List. Hindi na namin kayo papahintayin. Our Dean's List for tonight. Let's start with Ginebra's Dean's List for this ball game.
Well, for Ginebra, ang record nila is 4-2, slightly ahead in the standings over Air21. 4 in a row, that's a big question mark. They are coming off 3 straight wins, and their average winning margin in those 3 wins, Miko, 16 points. They've been blowing out teams. Important for them to extend their defense. Alam po natin, Air21, very strong from the outside. They're number 2 in the league in 3-point shooting. You've got Ronjay Buenafe, who hit 48% of his 3-point shots last time out when Air21 beat Powerade. But Ginebra is number 1 in least field goal percentage allowed. So that's something has to give. Number 2, they need to locate the open man. Alam po natin, Ginebra very strong with them moving the ball around. They're number 3 in assists in the league, and they need to be tough under the boards. Pinoy Baclao is averaging 3.2 offensive rebounds a game. He's a terror inside the paint because of his intimidating presence. I think it's important for Ginebra to make sure that they're tough underneath those boards because they can be steamrolled by the bigs of Air21.
Ito naman ang Dean's List para sa Air21 Express.
Well, ang maganda dito sa Air21 is that with Coach Yengiao holding the baton, they are starting to discover chemistry. A lot of new players to this team, Urbistondo, Raba Halusseini, Binoy Baclao. Important for them to get their usual production from the bench. Last time out, when Air21 beat Powerade, can you believe, Miko? 71 points coming from the bench out of 102 points. Second, they need to pound it inside. This team likes to go to the line. They're number 2 in the league in free throw percentage, and Ginebra has a tendency to give up a lot of fouls, put their opponents on the line. I think Coach Yengiao must have that in mind. Pound it inside, go to the line for those extra points. Finally, stay glued. We know that Air21 is number 1 in the league in terms of forcing turnovers on their opponents. They're forcing 20.2 turnovers on their opponents every game. And for Ginebra, they've got to be careful. Air21 likes to force, likes to create those turnovers. They like to play the pressure type of defense.
Here are your primary protagonists. For Ginebra, it's Tubid, Helterbrand, Miller, Hatfield, and Enrico Villanueva.
And only one change in the starting lineup from last game of Ginebra. That's Villanueva starting in place of Billy Mamaril. But Air21, this is par for the course. 4 new starters from last game for Coach Yengiao. And that's the way he is. He juggles up his starting lineups. He keeps the opponents guessing. And in this particular game, you've got Buenafe, Kinyahan, Raba Al-Husseini, and Joshua Urbistondo. All of them did not start last time out. Now they're starting this game. Wesley Gonzalez, the only starter retained from the previous contest when Air21 beat Powerade 102-95.
And this game is underway. First shot goes to Helterbrand, and he misses that shot. Ginebra hoping to sustain their winning ways dito sa PBA Philippine Cup. Rudy Hatfield again with that trademark energy on the floor, and Kinyahan with an open shot. Rebound for Helterbrand.
Now we're seeing here both teams looking to run. And I think it's going to be a very exciting game. The way things are shaping up here, both teams looking to run and gun, looking to score in transition. Key here is transition defense.
Of course, the Ginebra defense, they'll go all out to shut down Air 21's exciting run and gun offense.
I'll tell you, Ginebra is now the league's #1 defensive team. And they're doing a great job in limiting the points of their opponents.
Although Ginebra will try and stop that young man on your screens, second overall pick, Rabah Lusaini.
You know, what makes Ginebra such a special team defensively now is that not only are they limiting their opponents to 74 points a game, but they're also limiting their opponents to 35% field goal shooting. And I think that's more important, yung field goal percentage that they are allowing.
Villanueva, the left side. Wesley Gonzalez really sticking closely with Willie Miller. Shot clock down to 6. And Hatfield will miss.
Shots of Ginebra coming from the outside. Hindi sila makalapit.
Missed by Aluseni. Strange that Ginebra actually shot well in their last game. And now they've missed their first 3 outside shots.
Well, Ginebra usually gets its numbers, its points from the backcourt. And let's see whether they'll be able to get some inside points for the frontliners in this game.
Nice move. Roger Buenafe makes it a 3-0 game para sa Air 21.
I think Ronald Tubit's going to have his hands full. That's the matchup on defense. Tubit against Ronjay Buenafe. Buenafe, you know that he can light it up from the outside. Now you see that he's moving inside, varying his offense.
And Willie Miller puts Ginebra on the scoreboard. Meron namang pa rin ang Air 21, 3-2. Wesley Gonzalez having a great tournament so far para sa Air 21. Buenafe. Nice swipe by Miller. Helterbrand inside, Hatfield. That's just a veteran move from Rudy Hatfield.
And going to his strong side, eluding the defense. But what made that possible again was the pass coming from Helterbrand. Joseph Wichico has done such a great job in making his players play unselfish basketball. Yung sinasabi natin kanina about the assists for Barangay Ginebra, that it's important that they find and locate the open man.
Villanueva getting the opportunity to start tonight. Normally comes off the bench para sa Ginebra. Spins. Foul against J.R. Quinyan. First personal laban kay Quinyan. First team foul laban sa Air 21. First free throw is good for Rico Villanueva, the raging bull, although we haven't seen him rage, show his rage lately.
But we're still bullish about him. By the way, kanina, nakita ko sa dugout, no, si Yancy De Ocampo was suited up. He hasn't played in the last 3 games. And I asked him if he was going to play. You know, I got a very strange answer. He was nodding and then he was hesitating. So, I don't know.
Ang tawag doon, non-committal. Tawag doon.
I think they're keeping it a secret.
Villanueva, outside Tubin. Tubin, open shot. Yes, sir. That's a 3.
Well, Ronjay Buenafe paying the price, not being there to distract Ronald Tubit. And that's going to happen all night long. If you give Tubit that opening, he's going to stroke it from the outside. Here's Helterbrand with the steal.
And a foul by Josh Urbistondo. Nice interception by J.J. Helterbrand.
Yung nakikita natin ngayon, yung dating sigla ng Ginebra. I see it now on the floor. I think it's because J.J. Helterbrand has gotten over his injury problems. He's looking more and more comfortable on the floor. And when he's in rhythm, when he's in the flow, you can see that he really affects the consciousness of his teammates. I mean, his effort and his intensity rubs off on his teammates. Mas magandang galaw ng Ginebra kung okay ang laro ni Hildebrand.
Of course, Hildebrand brings that championship experience to the table every time he's on the floor. Meantime, Aluseni goes to Buenafe.
You know, I think that's also the reason why Coach Wichiko has Hildebrand pairing with Miller. Miller's presence really takes a load off Hildebrand in terms of scoring.
Good effort by Kinyahan, getting the offensive rebound and a putback. He has 4 points. Hildebrand, bounce pass, Hatfield. Off the glass, no go, wild shot. Urbistondo steps on the gas. Gonzalez on the right wing, and Gonzalez goes all the way for 2.
And Urbistondo with a beautiful assist. You know, this player was undrafted, but he has certainly proved himself in the league.
Here's Urbistondo. Undrafted but no longer unnoticed.
Oh yeah.
And a nice pass para kay Kinyahan. Kinyahan now with 6 points. At labang na uli ang Air21, 11-10. As we enter this timeout, as we near the halfway mark of the opening quarter. It's Ginebra versus Air21 PBA Friday here on Solar TV.
Nagbabalik po ang PBA dito sa Big Dome. Chicky Reyes here at courtside, and here's a mix of good news and bad news for both squads. Para po sa fans ng Barangay Ginebra, after missing 4 games, major pain, Eric Menk has fully recovered from his hamstring injury. He's in uniform tonight, but it's up to Coach Jong if he will play Menk tonight or not. Unfortunately, the Rocket JC Intel will still not see action for 2 more weeks due to a chip fracture on his right foot. Going over to Air21, Marcy Arellano will miss his 3rd game tonight due to stress fracture on both his shins. He might see action though in their next game. Miko, Kinito?
You think yung hairstyle ni Eric Menk would fit us perfectly, Kinito? You and I can grow our hair, wear a headband, and have that nice machete look.
I think Eric
bagay ba sa atin yan?
Eric Menk can get away with anything because he's that good a player. But what I'd like to focus on later on when he checks in is Carlos Sharma's green shoes.
He's been wearing those green shoes for a while. Happy siya doon sa kanyang Christmas green high cuts. We'll get to see that later. In the meantime, tatlo na ang abante ng Air21, 13-10 as we hit the halfway mark of the opening quarter. But Ronald Tubin ties the ball game with that 3-pointer. Close ball game so far here in the opening period. Hildebrand, Villanueva, drop pass, Hatfield.
You know, good to see that Ginebra is varying its offense, not just relying on the backcourt men to get the shots. Now, you know, here's the matchup that we want to key on. Kinyahan versus Hatfield. And Kinyahan has range. What he wants to do is to move Hatfield away from the area where he can get the possible defensive rebound.
Hildebrand steps on the brakes. Here's Tubit. Tubit just hit an outside shot. Tubit spins outside Hildebrand. Hildebrand for 3. Too strong. Rebound Kinyahan.
No second chance attempts for Barangay Ginebra. When they're throwing up those outside shots, there's got to be someone there trying to make sure that they have position for a second chance opportunity.
Well, Josh Urbistondo trying to challenge the defense of JJ Hildebrand. Here's that play earlier, Kinito, involving Kinyahan's open shot.
Now you take a look at where Kinyahan is. He's going way outside in the corner. He's got a decent shot, but he keeps Hatfield with him so that Hatfield is not able to get inside for possible rebounding position.
Air21 down by 2, and Raba Luceni misses the jumper. But there is Kinyahan.